We'll get up close to a bald eagle. We'll hang out with the hawks. And we're slithering with the snakes, plus much more, and it's all next. Hello everyone, I'm Don Jacobs, and we're in Carbon County at the Carbon County Environmental Education Center. And we're gonna go wild with Discover NEPA with a great tour of the place. We're gonna get to see some animals up close. You're gonna hear from Susan Gallagher and Jeannie Carl.
We are at Carbon County Environmental Education Center, which is located at the west end of Mauch Chunk Lake Park, just outside the town of Jim Thorpe. Our main building is a 100-plus-year-old dairy barn that's full of a lot of your basic nature center, environmental center displays. And then we have probably about 60, 75 acres at this end of the park with a lot of trails and interpretive areas that we use with visitors, school kids, families for programs, things like that. We're also a licensed wildlife rehabilitation center, which we consider very much a public service. So we serve all of Carbon County, several surrounding counties as well. If someone finds something that's injured, that's orphaned, that's sick, they can call us. In some cases, all they need is some advice. Many times it's just leave it alone, right? But sometimes they actually do need help. The animals and the people need help, and we're here to offer that service. We have probably about 20 non-releasable birds of prey, and the grounds, the outside where those birds are housed, is open all daylight hours. So from sun up to sundown, you can come here free of charge. Everything is free for visitors, and you can have a visit with those birds. There's a 700-foot-long boardwalk that loops around. It's accessible to everyone, and there's some interpretive signs so you can read a little bit about the birds, what they are, where you might find them in the wild, and ways that you can help them, because that's part of our message, not just to see all these things in nature, but to understand your place in it and the impact that your actions have on it. Red shoulders,
hawk.
2 red shoulders.
Oh,
yeah.
one of my favorite birds.
Our lovely peregrine, yeah. She's got a bum wing there. She's got a little bit of a bruise there, but...
Such a great flyer, such a great animal.
And up in Wilkes-Barre,
yeah.
You see these guys nesting all the time. We believe we have them nesting in Carbon now as well, so there's some people who are continuing to monitor that and,
awesome.
And see if they're, in fact, they're out there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're going to take us behind the scenes at the Eagle's cage?
Sure, we can do that.
I would love to see that broad-winged.
Broad-winged, you know, if you're in NEPA, Hawk Mountain Sanctuary is not too far, and mid-September to late September, these guys will be flying over by the thousands. The whole population basically goes to South America for the winter.
Okay.
And so it's broadwing after broadwing. It's really cool. Vultures, nature's, you know, underappreciated cleanup crew.
Right.
Horned owls.
And a horned owl. Let's go to the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Let's do that.
So this has to be one of the more popular areas right here.
Yeah, people love to come. People of all ages love to come and just, you know, where now bald eagles, you can see them in the wild a lot more frequently than you used to be able to than when we were kids, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I never saw
eagles,
one.
Not so much more common out west, but yeah, people love to have a visit with them.
And we want to get inside the fence.
I guess we can do that.
Let's
sure.
go. Can we do that?
Sure.
I love getting a private tour like
You love getting a private tour.
I do.
With our bald. Yeah.
Now, a couple more information on her. How did you get her? How old? That kind of stuff.
She was hit by a car in Nesquehoning in 2001. At the time, she was a first-year bird. You know what young eagles look like when they're in their first year. So we were able to age her pretty accurately, and she's been with us ever since. So if you look closely at her, you can see she's got a little bit of a left wing droop. She's got damage to her left eye, and she's -1 toe and talon. So all those things together, she's not releasable. She wouldn't survive in the wild, and she's been with us. So she's been with us as an educational bird. The crazy thing that I've noticed about eagles, and I've been here since 1988, and in 1988 we were down to something like 3 nesting pairs of bald eagles in Pennsylvania.
Right, yep.
Never saw them, right? So when we work with kids today and we talk to them about bald eagles, you can ask a 3rd grader, you know, how many of you have seen a bald eagle in the wild? They all raise their hands. They all say they've all seen them. Now the downside of that is they don't know what it took to get to that
Yes, that's
point.
right.
So
one of the best comeback stories in the history of the United
Celebrated
States.
success story, but you just can't forget it, right? What's that line about people who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it? So it took a lot of effort. And the crazy thing these days is that this was a bipartisan effort. This was Republicans and Democrats. Everybody in the country came together and said, we're going to bring back our national symbol. And we did.
The Carbon County Environmental Education Center is presently rehabbing 2 bald eagles. We went behind the scenes for a look.
This is a 100-foot flight pen, and this is where the releasable birds are. So if it's a releasable rehab creature, it's not allowed to be on public display. We want it to be as wild as possible. And so this is where these 2 eagles are getting some flight conditioning before their release. And you saw that one just attempt to go up on the perch there.
Yep.
So that actually builds muscle. That builds flight muscle by not giving them any other option except to fly up to that low perch.
Right.
Is going to build up all those flight muscles and hopefully make both of these birds releasable.
You'll release them, I'm taking it, before the winter?
And we're hopefully going to release them before the winter, but they've got to go back where they came from because these guys are territorial. Some of them will stick around for the winter. If they decide that they want to migrate, we want them to decide from their own home space where they want to go from there. So they'll go back down to south central Pennsylvania.
And you have an inside basic nature center. Explain that a little bit.
We have, as I said, our building is over 100 years old. It's a renovated dairy barn. The entire bottom floor has been refinished and houses a lot of different displays. The building is open 8 to 4:30 on weekdays and from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on weekends. So people can come. It's very kid-friendly. A lot of times we have grandparents come here with the kids and the kid doesn't want to leave, and then we know we've done our job, right?
So as much as I love the outside, I love the inside of this place. Joining me now is Jeannie Carl, and you have a critter that's near and dear to my heart. I love snakes.
Snakes are awesome. They're so misunderstood. People just, oh, you either love them or they hate them.
Right.
There is no middle ground. And
What
one of
kind
the
is
things,
this?
he is a Western hognose. Now we have hognose in Pennsylvania, but they're the Eastern variety. So they're pretty much identical other than the fact that these guys will eat mice, where our Eastern hognose will just, they're frogs and toads only.
Okay.
And that's really the only difference is their diet. So other than that, they look identical to our Eastern counterpart.
It gets much bigger than that,
It gets much bigger than that, yeah. I do have a skin that we can show folks that he will get much bigger.
Well, I'll
Let me
hold that
grab,
guy.
you grab him.
Right? And I love the nose, therefore the name hog nose.
Yep, they've got that little pushed up pig nose.
Little pig nose
Yeah,
right
so
there.
if all goes well, he'll get to be this big.
Wow, as compared to that.
Yeah, so he's got some growing to do.
Yep, now what will you be feeding him here?
It's strictly mice.
Okay.
Yep, that's all he's eating here. He would not know what to do with a frog or a toad if I even offered it, and I wouldn't offer because the frogs and toads are cool.
Right.
But he wouldn't know what to do with that.
Now, when you're open, typically somebody is here like yourself to explain what's behind the cages?
Oh, sure. Yep, we have, so the cages are marked, but we'll certainly answer any questions that people may have about them as well.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Susan. What a great tour. The Carbon County Environmental Education Center. Whether you want to go inside, you want outside, you want to take care of one of the programs for your school or group, give them a call. So for this episode and all the other episodes of Go Wild with Discover NEPA, be sure to go to discovernepa.com or subscribe on YouTube.